Hello. Who have we got there today? Let me bring this a little bit closer. There we go. Who's out there? I've got someone. Hello. I wonder who that is. And maybe I need to get back a little bit so you can see me as well. Oh, I've got 5 of you now. Hello, everybody. So, how's your Sunday going? Mine's been very busy. I'm doing lots of washing and sorting things out. Hello, Emily. Nice to see you. Hello, Morwenna. Hello, Pamela. Thank you for joining me. I hope I've got more volume than yesterday. Sorry, I just covered the screen. Hang on, let's do that. Right, can you hear me better now? Hopefully that will work better. So, somebody let me know that you've got good sound today, because I know yesterday it was a bit strange. Anyway, nice to see you all. I hope you're enjoying your Sundays. I've had a busy morning cleaning, sorting, washing, that sort of things, but it's a bit grey and a bit boring outside at the moment, to be honest. So let's hope the weather picks up. Oh, hello, Jane. Well, okay, well, talk to me later. Maybe we'll come up with plan B or something there. Okay, that's good. Right, so I'm glad that you've got the sound all right. We'll start in just a couple of moments. I do this at the beginning of each lesson. I'm sorry if it's a bit boring for some of you regulars, but then if anyone else watches it, at least they know. My name's Jeannie. I do huge art events, some with great big companies like UK Sport and things. I did a massive one at the Eden Project for 450 people, all learning psychology into paint. And they did the huge mural that's by the Mediterranean biome at the Eden Project. It's 20 foot by 10 foot. And I also do art lessons, which aren't like these ones. These ones are just more standard arty, crafty ones. There's some good stuff in them, I hope, but at the same time, I'm keeping my best secrets for the private ones that I get paid for. But basically, this unique program of teaching art is nothing like any other art course. 3-hour progress, 10-year-old girl, not copying. 3 hours on perspective, which is usually a walk on the beach, but I'm having to do it a bit differently now. Even architects have said they couldn't believe what they learned. 3 hours on paint and brush technique, generic to all mediums. And then I start specialising more. 5 lessons progress. 90-year-old stroke victim went from that to that. 4 lesson progress, 50-year-old German lady. 3 lesson progress, 40-year-old Sri Lankan man. And if you go on to my website, which you can get to from this, www.artatthebeach.co.uk, or alternatively you can go to my TripAdvisor, which is Art at the Beach Newquay. Then you can see, oh, I'm quiet again, someone's saying. I'm wondering if it's you, Sandy, because somebody else just said it's okay. Do tell me if it's a bit quiet. Hello, Hilary. If you go to TripAdvisor, Art at the Beach, Newquay, then you can see other people's comments about the art lessons and things. And if you felt like adding something in the comments, even though these lessons are unpaid and things, that would be really nice for me as well. So please put things there, and thank you very much for those of you who already done it. Okay, well, we will start in a moment. Can somebody else reassure me the volume's okay? Because I've had 1 yes and 1 no so far, so I'm not sure if it's me or the other end. But maybe someone can tell me. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday and that you maybe did your flick books yesterday. Do send me through pictures. I love seeing what you get up to. And hopefully this week I'm going to start painting, so I might go live with that so you can see me in action. I must admit, I've been quite busy here doing different bits and bobs, so I haven't. Oh, okay, other people are saying it's okay, so I'm not sure then. Maybe it's not my end. Right. We shall begin. So that's all my details if anyone wants them. And today, again, we're just doing something a bit daft. And I think next week we'll do some more 3D stuff again. But for today, we're keeping it simple. So we're going to do things with continuous lines and with letters today. So the first one we're going to do is going to end up a little bit like this. If I get this up and show you, I'm just going to put something behind it because otherwise you're going to see through it. Right here. Now, this is a way of making a really interesting pattern. The rule with this is you have to start from off the page. So if I make this my page, I'm going to lay it that way. To be honest with this, it doesn't honestly matter what you do. So that's my page. And as long as I enter from the edge of the page anywhere I like, so I'm going to come in here from the edge of my page, and then I can do basically whatever I like. So you can do this one live with me, and I'm just going for something very bizarre and weird, and then as long as I exit somewhere off the top of the page or somewhere else off the page, this will work. So it's one continuous line. So if you want to do that first, and you can swirl around backwards and forwards, but it must be one continuous line. Then what you do is you can take different colours. Now I'm limited because I'm working with the whiteboard. I've only got these colours, and so I'm going to have a go with these, and you need to pick somewhere to start. So I'm going to pick this one here to start with, and I won't colour it in completely. I'm going to do it badly because the whiteboard markers will run out, but I'm going to fill in that one there red. So I'm hoping you can all see. I'll shift it a bit more, maybe you can see better. So I filled in that one red. Now because I've filled that one in red, I don't want to fill the next one to it red, so I'm going to go to this one that's adjacent. It means it's touching by the corner, and I'm going to now fill that one in red. But I've got to this time stay between the lines, so I'm not colouring over any lines. I'm just colouring the gap I created with my squiggly line. So that bit's going to be red as well, up there. And if I continued with the red theme, then this one I will leave white, but this one again I will do red. Now obviously you could change, you could do it however you like, but if you keep to the red and the white, it will eventually end up like this one had done if it hadn't suddenly got this pink bit, if that stayed green. So it will make a complete pattern, almost like a harlequin pattern. In that case, mine's a bit more swirly-whirly. But equally, if you wanted to, you could have a rule that you make, or you could just decide to change and do the next one in the sequence in, say, blue. Or maybe you go into polka dots or stripes or cross-hatching or one of the many, many different things you can do in art. So I'm going to do that one blue. I'm now going to do this alternate one here blue as well. And you could be doing this with me for today, because sometimes I kind of rush on ahead of you, I know. And I'm going to do this one down here blue. And once you get the hang of this, it's really quite comfort food, this sort of thing, just colouring in pretty patterns. This all could be just red and white. I've just changed to blue, and I have no idea really why, just because I felt like it, which is a good and valid reason in this case. So this one here is going to be blue. That bit will stay white, this bit here will go blue. Now this was just total and utter nonsense. There was no rhyme or reason for this pattern or anything. But if I just keep going, because I can, I'm going to change to green now. So if you can, do send me some of yours in a minute so I can see what you're up to. I don't know if you can send them a message at the bottom of this screen, but that would be quite fun if I could actually see you doing something in real time. What I might do next week is actually take this all onto Zoom through Facebook, and then that way you could actually literally join me on screen, so you were on screen as well, drawing at the same time as me, which might be fun. So let me know if you'd be happy to have a go at that. I'd talk you through what to do. I've done that one green. That means these two here can't be, so this must be my other green one. And I think now I've finished. So I've left the alternate gaps white, but you could of course have done one lot of sections green, say the other sections pink, or You can make it much more brightly coloured than that. You could have made a swirly rainbow or something. So basically that's idea number one, and you've got that swirly whirly thing going. So that's number one. If you want to screenshot it or anything, do that now, and then you've got a copy. And that you can do by, if you've got an iPhone, it's the side button, which is the other one you do. I do it so automatically now, I can't think which two it is, and it's the side and the bottom when you press simultaneously. And, oh, somebody else is saying I've gone a bit quiet now. Oops, no, that's it. Let me try again. That's strange. I don't know what's going on here. Hello, Claire. Hello, Vanessa. So this one's just, it's, as I said, it's like comfort food. You do a squiggly line, it comes on from the outside of your page, you let it swirl and whirl as one continuous line, and as long as it X's the page as one line as well, then you'll find that if you colour in the alternate colours, either just in one colour you'll get something like this, or if you want to use two or three, you can do that. You could go into doing patterning as well, where you maybe made this one into polka dots. Just have a bit of fun. It's a bit of nonsense. It's not really anything more than it is, but sometimes that's quite good. I don't know if you know this, but when you doodle, you apparently take in 16% more information than you do if you're not doodling while you're doing it. So if you're in a meeting or something, I know often people would say don't doodle, but if you're doodling in a meeting, you will actually take in more information. So just keep that in mind. Right, number two, that's number one. Just a bit of fun. So if I rub that one off quickly. Number two. Number two is going to be similar but not the same, which is going to be take an A4 sheet of paper again, and it's exactly the same theory as before. You're going to draw one line on that will come off as well, and you're going to this time more like this one. My initials have changed now, but at this stage, oh, this is going to be back to front for you, but my initials were JB. I'm sorry it's back to front for you. But again, I did it as one continuous line coming from this circle, so it's almost like a logo. Now my initials now are JGN, so let's give that one a go. So either I can come off from here or I can create a whole circle. This time I'm going to do it as a circle. So I'm going to start here with my line, but I need to get a J. Hang on, I need to turn this around for you or else you're going to find it very confusing. This is going to take me a moment. Hang on, let me think about it. So let me write it down the right way and then I'll turn it around for you. So I'm trying to do JGN, which is my initials. So I need to do it backwards for you. If I turn that upside down, I'll be able to do it. So I'm going to start there and I'm going to go J, and that's my J starting, back round the circle again to finish off the J, and then I've got to get into the G, so I might go straight round and up and down and out and round and follow round like this to get the G. And then somehow I've got to get myself over here to get the oops, I've gone wrong there. Anyway, N. Okay. Not my finest at, but I can see it does read JGN to you. And that was the end of my line. So if I then use that line to complete the circle, I've got my initials. Now obviously it could be a flower you drew in that circle or something. We could do something, if I do that further down, it might be that you decided to come in and draw some sort of flower thing with the central circle and then maybe take it out to be a stem with a petal, and you can fiddle around till your heart's content making something up, but the whole point of it is a continuous line, either coming back into the circle or going off the edge. And then exactly the same with this one. So because Jean rhymes with green, I'm going to go for the green, as I've got very limited colours I can use here. And I'm going to colour in that bit, but don't colour over any of the lines. That's the trick with this one. So there's the J there. That bit I can't do the same colour, but this bit I could do green again here. And I can actually do that little diddly bit in there green as well. So I'm going to do the rest of the J with blue. And now I'll do it with red because you'll see it better. So I'm going to do the gaps with the red. So there goes that, and there's a little gap running down there where I have to overlay myself. Then I'm going to go back into the green here, and maybe you change colour for this letter, or this is actually a space that I'm doing now. And exactly the same as before, you're colouring in. As long as you don't cross the line, you can't go wrong. As long as you don't put two of the same colour next door to each other. So you have to finish the space before you work out where the next space is. And you can see this one coming to life now. So this is just, as I said, a bit of darkness this. It's just good fun. As I said, it's like comfort food. It's something you can do while you're watching a movie or something. You're just diddling around. And I've got the G in now, and then I could keep going, colouring that one in. So if I take this now, I'm back to green, so I'll do that little gap there. That bit there will be red, so this bit here will be green. This bit here will be green. And then if I do the red bits, you can see there's always green between. And I end up getting JGN, and then I could do the back of it if I had yellow or something in another colour. I could be using spots and stars. One of the ladies who I think's watching even at the moment did something similar to this last week and did it in really beautiful pastel colours. She did the pattern one and got very elaborate with it and said how much fun she'd had colouring it in. So it's almost like making your own colouring book, you know, it's just something fun to do. And with the flower here, you could get all proper about it and colour this bit here green and the petals like red and yellow or something in the middle, an appropriate colour there as well. So that's idea number 2. So we've got a few ideas today. So number 1 was to do a line that came on from the outside, follow it round, then fill it in and have fun colouring it in, either with patterns or colours. Number 2 was to possibly do your initials like this within a circle and make sure that your beginning line and your end line both marry together to make the circle. It could be a flower, you could do a bumblebee or something in that way. So there's a number of ideas there as well. Again, or if you want to screenshot it again, I'd do that before I wipe it off, and then you've got a copy of it if you want to look back. So there's that one. The next one, with this continuous line idea, is to draw a still life with a continuous line. So I'm going to drink a bit of my tea, let you remember what my mug looks like, and I've just put it on the side here. I'll put it here and then with any luck you'll still see it. I think you can see it down there at the bottom. And I'm going to draw a still life of that, but with a continuous line. So this time I might change and have my paper landscape. And I'm going to draw the mug, but I'm going to come on from the outside again. So I'm going to come on over here, come over to my mug, do the ellipse on the top of the mug, down the side, round the bottom of the mug, up the other side, and then I'm coming back over the top to then do the handle, and then coming back on the inside of the handle like that, and then I might even come down and get really clever and even do the shadow of the mug on the table, and then follow it through so the pen's not come off at all, and even put the shadow of the mug handle on the bit on the table. Now I've lifted it, which I shouldn't have really done. Then I could come off and out there somewhere and then colour it in again. And if I wanted something else in my still life, let's pretend there was an orange or something here, I would have followed on round and then done my orange and maybe put that little dot on the top of the orange and then come out again. And again, I might have then done the shadow for that orange on the table, and I suppose if I'm continuous line I could even fill that shadow in And as long as I come over here in a continuous line, I could have filled in this shadow of this mug as well. So you can see how that starts working, and that's only with a continuous line. So that's 3 ideas today so far. So one would be set up something of a still life and do it only with a continuous line, just to make you really look at what you're drawing, and also just have a bit of fun. And if you wanted to, you could break that down into patterning as well. Then we had the continuous line pattern 1, where you filled in alternate spaces, but you have to enter from off the edge of the page like I did here, and you have to exit off the edge of the page, which I actually did there on that one. The next one was your initials into a continuous circle that we were doing, and then colouring alternate shapes. And the one after that was a continuous flower and filling it in. Now it's a continuous landscape. So if you want to screenshot that one, there's another idea for you. And then that one's about to go. You could also do this. You could do another one if you've got a photo, or even if today you just wanted to use your imagination. You could do a continuous line sort of semi-design pattern thing, but it could even be a continuous seascape. So I'm going to come on from the outside edge and I'm going to do a headland, and then I'm going to come around the edge of the sea here, coming onto the beach, and then I'm going to go back out along another headland in the distance, and then I'm going to come back down my headland and put the ocean line in the distance. And I might even use a continuous line to create the illusion of the water coming forward. And then I could use my continuous line to put some shrubbery on my headlands. And if I scribble closer together, I'll get it stronger and darker, which will give the illusion of forward. And I might even do a continuous line little person walking on my beach. And maybe they've got a continuous line little friend. And then I could go across my beach again and do a bit of work on this headland. And then I could even go up here, and partly because of what we're all doing at the moment, I could give myself a continuous line rainbow covering the whole sky. And there we go. And then I could come up and even give myself a continuous line, very bad sunshine, and even go over here and do a continuous line seagull that came in. So you've got a seascape in continuous line. So we're working through the ideas here. Last but not least, have a screenshot again if you need to or want to, and then you won't forget. Last but not least, we're going to change a little bit, but still using this idea of doing lines. Oh, and I've lost my sheet. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Right. And this time we're going to make a line, possibly continuous, possibly not, and a word. And this one said bees, but spelt wrong, and it's going to be back to front for you guys. But I did the JB that were my initials at the time there as the beginning for the B. And then I made the E part each time into the bumblebee, and I ended it with a Z just for fun. So I know it's spelt wrong before somebody tells me. But if we did something like that, I'm going to have to write it down again before I show you. So if I do the B one, if I did B, then I need to write it all. I'll do it all the way around now. I need to write it all back to front. So let me just get that sorted. Okay, so if I do this for you then, we could have the B, and we could do it as a continuous line again, or this time you could just use the lines of the letters. But we're going to come in and get the B. And then I've got the 2 E's, E and E. I think that would be better if I'd done it separately. And then E again. And then I can turn these 2 here into having their bumblebee wings. I must admit that looks more like rabbit's ears at the moment, but there we go. I do worry about my drawing skills sometimes, you know. This looks more like a mouse at the moment, so I do apologise, but anyway. Once I put his stripes on, with any luck, we'll know it's meant to be a bumblebee. And I'm going to put a stripe round his face there just to make sure you know it's a bumblebee, and I would do the same in this one. Now, obviously, the best thing you could do with this one, when you're changing the letters of your name into an illustration, is probably do your own name or do the name of a friend or something, and then work out how you can use illustrations around it. So it's a bit like the illuminated letter idea that we did the other day, but this time you're not illuminating one single letter beautifully, but you're illuminating the entire word. And so if you had the word flower, let me just write that down again just so I can reverse it for you. So if we had the word flower, then again, if you want to screenshot it, just do it quickly before I wipe it off. And then if you wanted flower or something like that, then the word flower, I'm just going to write it straight this time first because I'm going backwards. So we've got flower. Right, so we've got the word flower. But then you could think, how can I actually illuminate that up to be really beautiful? So if it's flowers, and I know a few of you watching have got the most beautiful gardens, you could make some of these into flowers. So maybe this alone, that's the leaf of the flower, so I could turn the R bit into almost the leaf of a flower and then draw the lines on it there. And this bit here, maybe I could just do a little flower at the top of the R like that. And then for the E, I suppose we could go back to the bumblebee idea, because in gardens with flowers you'll often get a bumblebee. So I'm just going to make life easy for myself and turn this one into a bumblebee. I think she's going to have kissy lips this time because I'm feeling it looks like a moustache. I think we've got Inspector Poirot bumblebee here. There we go. So I've turned that one into a bee. This one, I'm not quite sure what that could be in a garden. I don't know, somebody will send me an idea. I'll leave that one for a minute. The O one, that could be possibly, if it's all to do a garden, this one could be a fish pond. Now there's an idea. So I could turn this one into a fish pond in my garden with lots of little fishes in it. There we go. And I could have another fish there. So they're in my garden now as well. And then the L, that could be the gardener. So we could give that one a head. And just make it up, just have a bit of fun. I'm suggesting this is almost a watching the TV, bit of a doodle day. And so go and watch your favourite movie and just fiddle around with a few things like this as you go. So there goes my gardener, who's walking towards his pond or her pond. And maybe that will do. Now, the F, that could be even part of a tree, I suppose. So if we make that a bit of a tree, and this could be one of the branches coming out, and then this could be another branch coming out of the tree, and then it could be coming down. So this is like a gnarly old tree with roots, and there's your F, and then we could do even an owl sitting in the tree or something. I have to say that as an owl isn't very good. And has anyone come up with anything for the W? Ah, wheelbarrow. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Okay, so we could put a wheel on here and here, and a bit of a handle up here, and turn it into something of a wheelbarrow. That may not be the best wheelbarrow anyone's seen, but I think for improvised, we've got the idea. And then you could always illustrate and decorate it, even with, let's have some grass coming along the bottom here because it's meant to be a garden. I've now got a floating pond, which is now a new feature of gardening. And we could even add a few clouds and a bit of sunshine. And again, I'm drawing the sun. I always tell everyone not to draw, but there we go. As I said, this is all just a bit of fun for today. And I would just for once let your heart sing and come up with whatever takes your fancy. So I've got another couple of minutes till I'm going to stop. So would someone like to give me a nice word, not a horrible one, and challenge me? And let's see what I can come up with really quickly. Not too long, please. I don't want supercalifragilisticexpialidocious or anything. So it's a nice short word that I could illustrate with something. Let's see who gets one up first. And again, screenshot that if you like to, and then we'll see what else comes up. No one got a word for me? No? Oh, I thought somebody might come up with one. Bit of interaction. So, no one at all. Oh dear. Okay, so maybe if we had, what could we have? Has anyone come up with it? No. If I say goodbye to you, I could do this. I could do bye-bye. So I'm going to do B, Y, E, B, Y, E. Bye-bye. And oh, I've got tulip now, thank you. Oh, and I've got happy. I've got all sorts of ones coming up now. Anyway, sorry. So if I say goodbye-bye, then for my nice friend there who said tulip, I'm going to turn this into a tulip in my goodbye. So there's my tulip with a nice thin leaf so you can still see the Y. And the other one was happy, so we can have a big smiley face in here. I can turn that bit into a big smiley face and give it a couple of eyes. There we go, in the E. And give it some kissy lips again. Oh, no, that looks very odd. That looks in fact quite sinister, but there we go. And if we have bye-bye here, I wonder if I could make this look almost like it was waving goodbye to you. There you go. There's the hand at the end. It's doing the wave, and if I put the little movement marks like that, then it looks a bit like it's actually moving around. And we could fiddle on with this one as well. So with the happy one, I could make these two happy as well, so they can have their happy faces in the bees. And we can go back to yesterday's funny faces. And this one can have a funny nose going that way, and we'll make these ones happy as well just before I go. And this one's got wonky donkey eyes, and he's going to have a little bit of hair up the top there for some reason. And this one here could be happy as well, and just be the simple happy. There we go. So you've got bye-bye, and you've got the tulip, and you've got hand waving goodbye at the end. So basically, just to recap and say goodbye, is you've got the swirly whirly, you've got the letters, you had a flower, you had the continuous line drawing of a still life, continuous line drawing of a seascape, and then we got on to making words into an illustration of themselves or the letters within them, a little bit like the illuminated letters. So there's a whole lot of doodly ideas, and as I said, if you do doodle in a meeting or while you're watching even a movie or anything, apparently you take in 16% more information. Please send me some of your flick books and things from yesterday and your cartoons, and I will see you again on Tuesday this week, and then we'll see what happens by next week with the lockdown and things. But anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed it. I love seeing you all again. Thank you for all your time coming on to see me each day. If you know anyone that might be interested in the full-on art lessons, and also my son and I, James in Australia, are doing Zoom parties. So he juggles from Australia, teaches juggling, I teach art from this end. And a lady who's up at the moment had one of those the other day for her son and seemed to thoroughly enjoy it. And then the other thing that I'm doing is like half-hour clinics, and another lady who's just popped up did that with me the other day. Show me your painting and I will take you through at the whiteboard or with my paint, showing you what you could do to enhance what you've done already if you've got a bit lost. So any of those things are fine. Don't hesitate to contact me. I'm very user-friendly and I will definitely be able to help you in some way. So take care, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you all on Tuesday at 2:30 on Facebook Live. Bye.